Hello everybody, get ready to do lesson 10.5 of Geometry 1 Math Part 1. Sine cosine ratios here, and we got a 34-point class worksheet and a 10-point note-taking guide. These are important in your notes. And then today's bell work teacher, solve the equation for number 1. Number 2, find the volume of this solid. Give your students 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back for our solutions here for today's bell work. X equals -4, going through and solving, combining like terms, and then having your constants on one side, and then your variable on the other. And then for our volume here, length, width, height, and we get 160 cubic feet here. Okay, so two other trigonometric ratios. We did tangent are sine and cosine. These are abbreviated as sine and cosine, sin or cos. It's sine and cosine. Unlike the tangent ratio, these ratios involve the hypotenuse of a right triangle. So now we're going to deal with a hypotenuse for any acute angle A of a right triangle. So here we have our hypot. We have our side B here, leg adjacent to A. Here's angle A. This is adjacent, this is opposite to A. We know that much. And then sine A would be leg opposite A over the hypot. So it would be A over our hypot, A over C for sine. And then cosine would be adjacent leg over our hypotenuse. So it would be cosine A. In your own words now, students, define sine and cosine. Example 1, find sine cosine ratios, sine A, cosine A, here's A here. So how will we find those? Sine A is leg opposite A over hypot, so it'll be 3 over 5, yes? For sine A, 3 over 5. And then for our cosine A, it would be adjacent over hypot, so it'll be 4 over 5 for our hypot, or rather for our cosine A here. Okay, our first guided practice and independent practice. Students, teachers, give your students find sine A, cosine A, both down here, cosine A here, so this angle here. Give your students 5 minutes on this. Okay, welcome back for our solutions here. Here is number 1, 15 over 17 and 8 over 17 for sine A, cosine A. And then number 2 will be 24 over 25, and then 7 over 25 for cosine. So it would be adjacent over hypot here for 7 over 25. And then our sine A would be opposite over our hypot, 24 over 25. Okay, example 2, find sine A, cosine. Write your answers as fractions for this one here. So, and as decimals, fractions and decimals round to 4 decimal places here. Cosine A here, sine A, cosine A. So to do that, we have 5 over 13 for sine A, 5 over 13. And that comes out, using your calculator, comes out to that number. And then cosine A would be 12 over 13, 12 over 13. Here would be your number for that. Okay, into our guided and independent. Teachers, give your students 5 minutes to do this. Okay, welcome back for our solutions. And then here is 40 over 41 for sine A. And that is your decimal that you should come up with, students. Make sure your students do come up with this decimal. It's important for them to start using their calculator more. And then for cosine A, it would be 9 over 41, which would be this number here. And then for number 2, square root of 2 over 2 will be this number here, and then square root of 2 over 2 for this number here. We got a 45, 45, 90. And that was 10.5, part 1, part 2, part 3. Email me for that. Thank you.